All right, congrats. You made it. Oh, you're gonna make it, I should say, because in this video, I'm giving out a bunch of whitelists to my upcoming project, 100% free mint. We are in the office right now. I've got Jameson in the corner, just doing his thing. We've got NFT nerds in the background on the screen, just pumping right now. OK Bears Yacht Club is actually the #1 trending on NFT nerds right now, so which isn't the greatest sign, let's be honest, but degens are going to degen. But yeah, back to you. You're early, you're here. This is good because, yeah, you got a chance of getting whitelisted just by watching this video. So what is this actual project that I'm launching? Well, a lot of people are launching alpha Discord groups, alpha channels, like paid alpha passes. I kind of wanted to say, fuck that. I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to do something 100% free that really gives back to the NFT community. Because when I first got into NFTs, I had a bunch of people that took me under their wing and just really helped me out, and I think exemplified the Web3 ethos of just helping out other people because it's the right thing to do. And I wanted to do that with this. I wanted to create something that's 100% free mint, and it's a private Discord that instead of you just got a group of like headless chooks running around trying to find alpha, what I decided I was going to do is bring in the best NFT traders in the world, like the best guys, the guys that have made the most ROI, the most money, bring them in as special experts and bring them into the Discords and actually teach the people inside the Discord for free and do free classes and free AMA sessions, essentially sharing all their trade secrets. And as far as I know, there's nothing like this out there. Like most of the paid alpha groups out there just, you know, concentrate on finding their own alpha or just trying to find whitelists and that sort of stuff. So I'm really excited about this. And as I said, it's 100% free mint. So it's kind of like no risk for you guys. So let's get into this video because a part of this I wanted to say like, fuck whitelist grinding, fuck Discord grinding. I know Jameson over there hates the old whitelist grind. And so as part of that, I decided, well, I'm not even going to have a Discord, like no public Discord. So the only way to get whitelists for this project is going to be on this YouTube channel, or maybe sometimes on my Twitter. So I'm mostly going to concentrate on giving out whitelists on this YouTube channel. So every time I release a video on this channel, I'm going to be giving away whitelists. You're not going to have to grind for it. You literally just have to watch the video and maybe pick up some clues here and there that I drop inside the video, but it's going to be very, very obtainable to do. So as part of this video, I've got a Google form in the description below. If you haven't found it yet, don't worry about it because that Google form has a bunch of questions that you need to answer in order to get whitelisted. And the first 200 people to fill out the Google form are going to get whitelisted. So you have to fill it in correctly, by the way. So the first 200 people that actually get the answers right will get whitelisted. And yeah, I'm going to talk about the answers in here. So I think we got some questions about the NFT mint because I have shared a little bit of hints on my Twitter here and there. And so we've got some questions from people that have DM'd me or commented. So maybe let's get into the questions. I think I've said in the past that you can really bank on teams and individuals that launch projects that don't get any money up front because the only way that they can earn revenue from their project is then through secondary sales. And the only way they can make money through secondary sales if there is actually demand for the NFT. So I wanted to do something that was 100% free mint. They got no money up front, but wanted to do something where I could prove over time that I was providing value, and then that value would automatically flow into the secondary market, and then obviously the royalties would then pay for the ongoing project itself. You see this all the time with projects like EtherOrcs or EtherOrcs, Furballs, NFT Worlds. Like NFT Worlds hit a 20 ETH floor, I think. Is that right? 20 ETH? Minimum, yeah, that was 100% free mint. And so the team didn't actually get any upfront cash from that mint, but then we're able to generate like huge amount of revenue on secondary. And I think that's just a much better way about going about things instead of taking all the money up front, promising a ridiculous roadmap, and then kind of not delivering or giving up halfway like a lot of these teams are doing. So that's why it's free. And I mentioned before as well, like I wanted to do something that was obtainable to the everyday person and was a way to give back to the NFT community. So that's why free mint.
Sweet, next question.
Next question.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, good question. I was actually in this place myself when I first got into NFTs. I invested 0.6 ETH, which was a big chunk of cash for me at the time. And I very quickly lost most of that. And it's because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was buying things on secondary that I thought were pumping, and then it turns out I was just exit liquidity for other people that had already minted or had already started the pump. Tough lesson to learn, but I get DMs like this all the time where, yeah, people have started with a bit of an investment, have gone in on certain projects, the projects have kind of just stagnated, and yeah, you're left with like a really small bankroll and not really much wiggle room to move. So first thing I would do, and again, this isn't financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but theoretically, if I was in this position, I would have a look at my bags and go, well, is there anything right now that if that NFT was available and I had the money, would I invest in it right now at that current price? And if the answer is no, then why are you still holding it? There doesn't really seem to be any good reason for that. The NFT space is like highly risky. There's always new projects coming along and people are jumping from project to project. The chances of these old projects surviving long term or even thriving back to all-time highs, it just gets lower and lower as time goes on because the NFT space has incredibly short attention span. So keep that in mind when you are looking at your own wallet and trying to figure out what to hold and what to let go. You've got to be brutal with yourself, and that's a hard thing to grasp, but you got to do it. And then what do you do with like the remaining bankroll? Well, find cheap or free mints that you know are going to be home run hits. So home run, like what do I mean by that? By home run hits, ones that are absolutely guaranteed to sell out, and not only going to sell out, but they're going to pump on secondary. So ones that are going to absolutely kill it. So there's only a handful of these per month that come out. And even in bear markets, there are still like a handful of these that really pump. And if you can do whatever you can to get whitelists for those projects, that's going to be the best ROI on your time. Because instead of chasing these small projects that might mint out, might not, in this kind of market, just assume that everything's going to go to zero post-mint. But if you focus on cheap mints, free mints, or ones that are absolutely over the top hyped, you're minimizing your risk, okay? Especially if it's a free mint. You've got basically no risk and only upside. Good question. How to be early for projects? Well, you're early for this one, so that's a start. But most of the time, I've been able to get early on projects by being in other alpha Discord groups. So it's impossible to keep on top of everything in the NFT space just by yourself. There's just literally so many projects launching, so much going on. Twitter and Discord feeds are they're manic, they're wild. So got to find a couple of groups, like you need to be in more than one, I think, but find a couple of groups where you've got enough people that have spread their arms far enough so you're kind of across the majority of the market. That way, when new things launch, new projects launch, especially ones that are really easy to get whitelists for, such as this one, word spreads pretty fast because it's like, well, you just have to go here and do this to get a free whitelist, and you just got to do that over and over and over again. Not all your whitelists will take off, but the small percentage of ones that will, they end up being pretty crazy returns for you. So that's definitely what I would suggest for being early. There's also other strategies and other ways, but that's the whole utility of this free mint, is that we're bringing in experts. I haven't even told you about the kind of experts, but we're releasing them throughout each video. But I can maybe hint that there's guys like Zeneca, there's guys like Ryan D Crypto, Champ, and these guys that you've heard of that are really, really good traders, like have made a lot of money trading NFTs, that are coming in to teach you guys actually how to be early for projects, how to find good mints. So you want to do whatever it takes to get on this free mint, because it's going to take your trading game to the next level. And yeah, there's going to be guys on there that you haven't even heard of. Like I've got, even Jameson over here in the corner. He's the guy that max minted WowG, and
Just some nobody.
yeah, just some nobody. But he's actually got 8,000 followers. He's got more followers on Twitter than me, so he's not a nobody. But there's guys. My point is, there's guys you haven't heard of probably that, if you looked at their wallets, you would be blown away with the kind of returns that they get. And so I've got a couple of special guests that I've brought in that I've been lucky enough to meet through different alpha channels and different Discords that have blown me away with how smart they are. So learning from these guys is as good, if not better, than learning from like these top tier influencers, because these guys are full-time NFT DJs. They don't do anything except find ways to make money. They don't put out content. They don't do anything like that. It's actually really amazing to see them in action and see what they can do. And they're going to teach you guys some amazing things. So yeah, do what you can to get on whitelist, which brings me to the end of this video, which is like, well, how do we get whitelist? There is a Google form here. I mentioned it to you before. It should be below this video. In that Google form, there'll be a bunch of questions that you need to answer. Questions like, what the main utility of this project is. You should know that by now. The main utility is that I'm bringing in expert traders to teach you how to take your trading game to the next level. How many experts we've got? We've got over a dozen experts coming in. Collectively, they've made tens of millions of dollars.
Say that big.
That's right. The cameraman's blown it. Doesn't matter. I just said there's going to be over a dozen experts. Collectively, they've made tens of millions of dollars in the NFT space, and yeah, they're going to help you. So find the Google form, fill it out. The first 200 people to fill it out with correct answers going to win whitelist. You'll be contacted via email if you won the whitelist, so make sure you put the correct email in the Google form. And if you don't get it, well, at least you've got a subscription to my YouTube channel now, and you've got notifications on, hopefully, because the next video I release, same thing. I'm going to release a new Google form and a new way to get whitelist, and every time I release a video, it's going to do that. But you have to have notifications on. You have to be fast, because the first people to watch the video and fill in the Google form will get whitelisted each time. And we'll just keep doing this process over the next couple of weeks until all the whitelist spots are filled. And then, yeah, we'll launch the NFT. So I'm pretty excited. That's it for now. I don't think we've got anything else. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and good luck.